Welcome to this Tube Duel Original Explainer. Today, we're going to explore the amazing history of the Hilti brand, right from its early beginnings to its rise as a massive global leader. It's a truly fascinating story about business, making smart choices, and, well, making hard work a whole lot easier.
Let's jump right in. 62. That number is 62 square miles. To put that into perspective for you, that's the exact size of Liechtenstein. You know, that tiny, quiet country wedged right between Switzerland and Austria? It's mostly known for its beautiful farmland and tall mountains.
So, naturally, this brings up a massive question. How on earth did a company from such a tiny place build an empire worth over $6 billion? I mean, usually, giant industrial companies come from huge countries, right? But as you'll see, Hilti did things very differently, right from the very start. Section 1. From motors to concrete. Our story actually kicks off back in 1941. That's when brothers Martin and Eugene Hilti opened up a small workshop in their hometown. At first, they were just making motor parts for other companies. But then when World War II ended in 1945, their main market completely disappeared. Just like that, overnight. They almost lost everything. But they survived by inventing something totally new. They got a patent for a new kind of fastener in 1948 and then launched the revolutionary DX100 tool in 1957. This was a massive deal. It was the world's first powder-actuated tool, giving workers a much faster and honestly much safer way to shoot fasteners directly into hard concrete. So the absolute crucial turning point was this. They stopped just making parts for other people's machines and started solving real everyday problems for builders. Think about it. Before Hilti came along, fastening into concrete was painfully slow. It required exhausting manual labor and was often really dangerous. Hilti's invention completely changed the game. And over the decades, their success became super visible. Whenever you see that iconic red toolbox on a job site, literally anywhere in the world, you just know the worker holding it is a true professional. That simple red case has become a global symbol of high quality and safety. Section 2. The direct sales revolution. Now, having a great tool is awesome, but Hilti decided to completely break the rules of how tools were actually sold. The old way was pretty standard, right? You make a tool, put it in a store, and just wait for a builder to come buy it. But Hilti, they did the exact opposite. Instead of putting their products on store shelves, they sent their own experts directly to the construction sites. They demonstrated the tools and trained the workers face-to-face. And because they were talking directly to the workers, they truly understood those hard, dirty jobs. Just imagine trying to use an electric rock drill deep down in a dark mine. By standing right there in the dust with the customer, Hilti engineers learned exactly what was needed in those extreme conditions. It let them design new tools to fix those exact daily struggles. Section 3. Selling uptime, not tools. Then, in 2001, Hilti made a really bold move that completely shifted their whole way of thinking. The old way of doing business was basically just selling a box. A contractor buys a drill, and if it breaks, well, the work stops. That costs valuable time and repair money. But Hilti shifted to a service model. Instead of buying a tool that might break down, you pay a fixed monthly fee, and if a tool breaks, Hilti replaces it incredibly fast. They called this new program fleet management. Basically, customers pay a fixed monthly fee to use and maintain a whole set of tools. It's kind of like renting a car with a full service plan instead of actually buying one. You don't have to worry about oil changes or flat tires. You just get in and drive. And this idea brings us to the absolute secret of their success. Contractors do not want drills. They want holes. It's so true, isn't it? Customers don't really care about the physical drill itself, and they definitely don't want to manage repairs. By selling uptime instead of just equipment, Hilti gave the customer exactly what they needed most: total peace of mind. Section 4. Keeping it in the family. So, you might be wondering, how does Hilti keep making these smart, long-term choices without getting distracted? Well, in 1980, the family created the Martin Hilti Family Trust. They put all their shares into this trust to keep control of the company. It protected the business from outside forces and guaranteed real stability. That unique structure matters immensely. A lot of public companies have to focus so much on short-term, quarterly profits just to keep Wall Street investors happy. But the Hilti Trust is totally different. They don't have to worry about fast profits. Instead, they can focus on decades-long planning, really deep engineering, and honestly, they can just afford to be patient.
This kind of freedom and independence allowed them to safely grow all over the world. They were able to build large, modern plants like the one in Shanghai, China. They could spend money on long-term expansion because they knew for sure that the family trust had their back.
Section 5. Building the digital future. Fast forward to today, and the construction industry is changing super fast. Hilti is preparing for what comes next by moving way beyond simple hand tools. They've launched Neuron cordless batteries for maximum efficiency, created on-track software to manage tool fleets digitally, and even acquired the FieldWire app so builders can manage huge job sites right from their phones. They're even introducing Jybot construction robots. They're really becoming a complete technology partner.
They now make these amazing smart digital systems that connect the office directly to the job site. We're talking advanced laser meters and digital tools that help workers model, track, and manage entire building projects right from the start, all the way to the finish line.
But don't worry, they are definitely still making great hardware. In fact, they continue to win prestigious international design awards because they constantly use technology to make workers safer. For example, their tools reduce vibrations and will actually stop automatically if they slip. It protects the user every single day. And that relentless commitment? Well, it's led to massive growth. Today, Hilti has over 34,000 employees working across 120 different countries around the globe. It's just a massive, highly synchronized team. They grew from a tiny workshop in a small village to a giant global empire, simply because they focused on solving the real problems of the worker. They realized super early on that sure, selling a product is good, but selling a true solution, that's how you build an empire. I'm going to leave you with this final thought today. Hilti transformed its destiny just by asking what customers really need. So, what is the drill in your industry? And more importantly, what is the hole? Basically, what is the real problem your business is trying to solve? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.